Good morning, students. Welcome back to biology classroom once again. Hope all of you have done well in exam. So after exam, I'm just going to start new chapter 6, circulatory system. So look at the book. Let's start. All living organisms need food and minerals for survival. In both the animals and the plants, there is a transport system that carries the food and other substances to the various parts of the body. So in case of plants as well as animals, we have a proper transport system which actually help to carry the food and other substances to the various parts of body. This transportation system in the animals and human beings is called circulatory system. So the transport system which actually helps to carry the food and the other substances in the various body parts of animals and human beings, this is called circulatory system. The main transport system in human beings is the blood circulatory system, which is commonly known as just circulatory system, because here is a blood is a media, by which the total transportation system is just going on. In the circulatory system, blood carries digested food, water and oxygen to the all parts of the body. It also takes away the waste products like carbon dioxide made in the body cells. Thus, the blood circulatory system makes food, water and oxygen available to every part of the body and help the removing waste materials of the body like carbon dioxide, etc. So actually, circulatory system is also known as blood circulatory system because blood is the medium by which normally the transportation system, the transportation of food and the different types of waste products as well as oxygen go through the various parts of our body. That's why this process is also known as blood circulatory system. Look at the figure here. Basically, our circulatory system consists of our heart, vein and arteries. Circulatory system. The various organs of the circulatory system in humans are heart and blood vessels. Blood vessels are of three types: arteries, veins and capillaries. So arteries, vein and capillaries, three of them combined or fused, they form blood vessels, which actually help to carry out the waste product, oxygen, food to the various parts of our body. Blood is also considered a part of circulatory system. In the circulatory system, the heart acts as a pump to push out blood. The blood vessels, arteries, veins and capillaries act as a tubes or pipes through which blood flows in our whole body. So underline this one. Blood actually considered as a part of circulatory system. So in the circulatory system, heart act as a pump or push out blood. So normally heart blood को push करता है, पूरा शरीर में ढकेलता है, and the blood vessels, basically arteries, vein and capillaries, they act as a tube by which normally through the pipe blood flows the whole body. Blood is a red colored liquid which flows in blood vessels and circulates in our body. Blood is red because it contains a red pigment called hemoglobin. So the presence of hemoglobin, blood is red in color. Blood has many different cells which perform different function. Blood consists of four components like plasma, red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets. So plasma is a liquid and the red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets are keeping floating in it. So the liquid part of blood that is known as blood plasma, in which the blood plasma, normally the blood cells are always floating. Plasma is the liquid and the red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets keep floating in it. The blood is able to transport various substances in the body due to the presence of different components in it. Blood actually help करता है various substance को throughout body में transport करने में because the presence of different components in it. We will now describe all the four components of blood and their functions in somewhat details. Now, plasma. The liquid part of blood is called plasma. Plasma is a pale yellow. Pale yellow का मतलब डार्क येलो नहीं है, मतलब येलो कलर जो है थोड़ा फीका है. Sticky liquid. It is 90% water and 3.5% common salt. So the main component of plasma is 90% water and the solid part is among it the 3.5% common salt. Plasma contains dissolved substances such as a digested food and waste product like carbon dioxide and urea. Plasma carries water and dissolved substances such as a digested food and waste products from one part to another part in the body. So actually, what is the function of plasma? Plasma helps to carry the water and dissolved substances such as a digested food and waste product like carbon dioxide from one part to another part of the body. So what is the main function of plasma? Plasma actually helps to carry out the digested food and waste product from one part to another part. The main component of plasma is 90% of water and 3.5% of common salt. Next, red blood cells. Red blood cells, it is also commonly known as RBCs. Red blood cells are red in color due to the presence of red pigment called hemoglobin inside them. Hemoglobin present in the red blood cells carries oxygen to different parts and ultimately to all the cells. Basically, blood जो ऑक्सीजन कैरी करके लेके जाता है और नॉर्मली वो जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को भी कैरी करके हार्ट में वापस लेके आता है ड्यू टू द प्रेजेंस ऑफ hemoglobin. Hemoglobin basically help to carry out the oxygen to the different parts of body and ultimately to the each cell. If there is a deficiency of hemoglobin in the blood of a person, it becomes difficult to provide oxygen efficiently to the all cells of the body. So normally if the deficiency of hemoglobin inside a person of a blood, so it is not possible to provide the sufficient amount of oxygen to the each cell. And he or she may be falling sick. And now white blood cells or WBC. The white blood cells fight infection and protect us from disease. So what is the main function of WBC? Basically, WBC, also known as white blood cells, it actually helps to fight against any infection or foreign organism that which actually which foreign microorganism which actually enter inside our body. They fight against infection and protect us from disease. This is because white blood cells help to fight against germs which may enter our bodies and cause diseases. Some white blood cells can eat up the germs like bacteria which cause disease. Other white blood cells make chemical known as antibodies to fight against infection. So white blood cells are much smaller in number than the red blood cells. Normally white blood cells का जो number है by count it is rather than very little from RBC. मतलब WBC का number बहुत कम होता है RBC के तुलना में. Now platelets. Platelets are the teeny fragments of the special cells formed in the bone marrow. इसको underline करो. Platelets are teeny fragments of special cell. So it is a kind of group of cells formed in the bone marrow. Platelets help in the clotting of blood in a cut or wound. Now normally platelets actually help to clotting the blood. When someone gets injured, the blood starts flowing from the cut made by the injury. After some time, however, a dark red clot is formed which plugs the cut and bleeding stop. So if, however, there were no platelets in the blood, then the bleeding caused by a cut from an injury would not stop. So what happened? If the deficiency of platelets or absence of platelets, normally there were platelets, if there were no platelets in the blood, then the bleeding caused by a cut from an injury would not stop. So normally अगर platelets का मतलब मात्रा कम होता है या नहीं रहता है तो नॉर्मली इंजरी के दौरान जो खून निकल रहा है वो कभी बंद नहीं होगा. These may cause loss of too much blood from the body of a person leading to death. Normally as a result death भी हो सकता है. So student, I hope all of you understood what I have discussed today. So for the day up to this portion.